Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Cosplay Time. As always, I am Chris, aka Mr. Zoom underscore 2028.
Hello, I am Matt, aka TooTall underscore 76.
And I am Harley Francis with Gotham Gal Cosplay.
And today we are here with.
I'm Autumn Ivy, and it is good to be here.
We are so happy to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely my pleasure, for sure.
All right, let's start with the first question.
I feel like I'm in a speed round. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I'll take things nobody knows for 1,000, please.
pick up all the frogs. Put them in the pocket. All right. How did you find out about TikTok, and why did you decide to join?
Oh, God. I didn't find out about TikTok back before they rebranded, when they were Musical LY or whatever they used to be, Musically, I think.
Yeah.
I remember that and Vine.
Ooh,
And
good old days.
Yeah, so like I mean, I know that when they rebranded from that to TikTok, that was like their well-to-do. So I've been around for a minute. I just was not actively using it as much until I kind of realized its usefulness for other presentation besides just like, little 5-second funny videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my turn to ask a question?
Yes, my friend.
Sorry. How many tattoos do you have? Because I see you have
That's
a lot.
Good one. That's a good one.
I've never. It's been a while since I've sat down and counted them. I think last time I counted, I was over 60. I think officially.
Wow. I'm so
Dang.
glad I finished off that drink before you said that. All over my...
No, I do have quite a few tattoos. They're all of my tattoos are story based. Like they tell a story of something in regards to my life. Like I've got no problem with people who just fly and do their thing and like want to grab, like the SpongeBob Doodle Bob tattoos and stuff. You're like, what does it mean? And they're like, I don't fucking know. I was drunk. And that's totally okay. Right. Like I vibe with that, but I personally, like each of my tattoos was set up in accordance with an event in my life or something that was important in my life. So I have a lot of them. Definitely over 60 though, I think. Yeah. I'll count someday.
That is so freaking cool. Because that was actually one of my questions. I was like, I wonder if people like if you ask for tattoo tours and stuff like that, because you have got a massive amount of tattoos and I adore that.
I am very often asked for tattoo tours. And you know what's funny is people ask for those and I never really did discover the meaning of what a tattoo tour was, other than like you literally standing there talking about the tattoo, and then I realized how bad I am at explaining my tattoo.
Like let me just spill an entire event of my life to you real quick.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is what this one means.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is my turn. And the question that I have for you.
Okay.
So I noticed that you have a lot of fitness stuff going on as well as your cosplay.
Right.
So what really came first, cosplay or fitness? Like what was?
So technically cosplay. If we're talking about the grand scheme of my life, I mean, I was always a Halloween kid, right? So really, everybody talks about cosplay coming in and like, oh, well, like they liken cosplay, I think, to the LARP ages in like the 80s, like old school D&D style stuff where people would dress up and go, right? So I mean, I guess you could say if you wanted to call it that, I've been quote unquote cosplaying since I was literally a child. So, into adulthood, though, starting to go to conventions was about 2009. So in the grand scheme of things, I was a sports kid. My mom was like hella into sports. So I grew up also being cornered to play sports. So I was athletic and I rode horses, and that was like I competed and stuff. So it was kind of a mixed bag, but I got a little more serious into lifting specifically and a lot more health conscious after I kind of reached over it's been within the last, it's been like 9 or 10 years. Been a little while now, but after I reached a 200-pound plus mark, I had a conversation finally with my doctor, and I was like, So, and they interrupted me and gave me the lowdown of, hey, get it together because this is going to be really bad for you later based upon your genes and your family's health history. And I was like, cool, I should probably do something about that. So I did, and now I do both.
Awesome. Okay. I like that answer. I mean, it's your answer, but it's like it's very well put together.
Thank you.
All right, I think it is my turn. What is your favorite cosplay of all time that you have done?
Oh, I hate that question. I feel like Harley knows this. Like you can't when you have a character that you genuinely love, but then you have another costume that you like to do, like you really enjoy it, and you like that character too, but then you fight with yourself because you're like, Dante from Devil May Cry will always be near and dear to my heart, especially DMC 5. I've always liked 3. 4 was great. But 5 specifically I enjoyed doing because it was almost Capcom giving us as adults, like the people that grew up with Dante and Virgil and like that series, an opportunity to grow up with them in a sense. So knowing I'm older and still being able to do Dante and his nap given fashion was fantastic. So that one's pretty near and dear to my heart. But Ivy, Poison Ivy, and Revy from Black Lagoon were 2 of my first. Obviously, I have the tattoo.
Yes.
So, but Revy is also one that is near and dear to my heart for sure. So those, I would say those 2 if I had to pick.
I'm for that.
All right. Let's see.
I'm excited. All right, where are we at? What are we doing?
I'm going back to your tattoos because you were saying how bad you're at explaining it. So out of all of the tattoos, which one is your best one that you like so far? And is there a story behind it?
Out of all of my tattoos. So it's not that I have a tattoo I like better than the rest per se, in terms of general design or story or anything like that. Instead, I will offer you the most important tattoo that I have, which is a lot of people think it's a phoenix, which is funny because I have a phoenix on my thigh. But the red-tailed hawk that's on my back, I actually got for my grandfather who passed away. My grandfather raised me and was kind of my dad. Well, not kind of. He was my dad during that period of my life. So after he passed away, he had cancer. It was hard. And I went and that was the tattoo that I got for him. That particular tattoo actually has a couple of stories though, besides just attachment to him, because the artist that started that tattoo, unfortunately, he passed, he was struggling with a lot of things. I'll say that. And he started the tattoo, but he never got to finish it. So I had to search for the right artist to finish the tattoo because it then became this weird amalgamation piece that had a lot to do with a lot of things all of a sudden. But weirdly enough, it is a lot of representation of learning how to kind of see above the grief, so to speak, in a lot of situations. So probably that one, I would say.
That is a lovely story.
It's very interesting.
I get the whole artist finishing tattoos stuff.
Yeah.
I get that. And it's really, it's hard to find one that will actually finish someone else's art. But,
Which is, I totally get it. And it's to be respected. I understand it. On the other hand, though, like, I had to find the right person, but I also had to find the right person who understood what had happened. Yeah. So, and that was hard to explain because it wasn't my business. But I also had to be like, hey, this is what happened, so that they didn't go, well, where's the artist? Because that would have been worse. So
yeah. Well, it looks like now it's my turn. Let me see.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're as you can see, we're slowly getting to the deeper questions. And my question for you is, if you could tell your past self anything about anything, what would it be?
What's funny is this came up a couple of days ago. There's a sound clip. This is relevant, I promise. There's a sound clip going around on TikTok that is pulled from a children's book that was turned into an animation. It's like the horse, the fox, and the mole, something like that. I may have butchered that title, but it's close to that. And one of the conversation pieces that comes up is basically one of the characters asks the little boy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it gets quiet for a minute and the music's playing and the kid pauses and finally he responds and he says, kind.
I know this audio.
Right. So that's going around right now. And one of the prompts to it is if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, you know. I think the biggest thing is for me, I had a lot of things happen when I was younger. I had an interesting start to life. And if I had to go back at some point to my childhood self, which is different from my teen self, I think, and that's where the depth of the question is missed a lot of the time when that is proposed, is I would tell them it's okay to be a kid. Most of all, you're not responsible for everyone else's mistakes. And they may not at that moment know what that means. But when things started to compile, I think that they would remember that and it would be important enough to hopefully let them experience life like they needed to be instead of falling to pieces into being an adult a lot faster than they should have.
Ooh, I get that one. That was. I'm so sorry you had to go through a bunch of shit like that, but look at where you are now. You are a very strong individual.
I appreciate that. It certainly could have been a lot worse. And for some people, it unfortunately is. But I like to imagine that we are responsible for the decisions that we ultimately make. And yes, there can be outside forces. Yes, stuff happens. Yes, things go crazy. And there are events that we can't control sometimes. But at the end of the day, every event comes with a choice. And what you choose to do out of that situation and how you choose to handle it is ultimately who you become for the rest of your life.
Very true. That is a beautiful perspective. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, applause for that one.
On a lighter note, what is your favorite movie of all time?
The eyes. Wait.
Because it's like a genre thing, man.
Oh, God, I get that. God, I get that.
All
right, okay. This is hard. This is
all right. Let's frame it in the way of it. The favorite movie of all time that you if you could only watch one movie forever.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's even worse.
God.
Oh Jesus Christ.
It's an interview, not an interrogation.
Okay. Damn it.
Take your time.
Okay, no, I've got an answer. There was a I've got to double check the title to it because there's a Russian title, which I know already sounds weird. But it's relevant. It was an old cartoon that was originally a fairy tale story. I think it was a Russian story. It's called The Magic Pony. And it's like a 1975 cartoon that came out, and like Johnny Whitaker played the lead role. I would say if I had to pick a movie to watch over and over again for the rest of my life, I think it would be that one, because that is for me something that I used to watch as a child, because like we grew up not having a whole lot of money, and like this movie was found at a yard sale, by my grandmother. So I would say definitely The Magic Pony for reflection of childhood stuff. A good like mix of all the different genres in one cartoon while also being entertaining. And as an adult, I can still go back and appreciate this film for what it is. So that's my answer.
Okay. Yeah, I just looked it up, and the animation is really familiar.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And the book, I say the book as if it's like a novel, but the story, we'll call it, is beautiful. And the art is intense. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I have to check that out myself.
Yeah.
What is the best food dish you've ever had?
Best food dish I've ever had. A tomahawk steak at Prime in the Bellagio in Las Vegas.
Mm.
That was so good. I had that too whenever I went to Vegas.
It is frustratingly jarring to find a proper steak a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I know there's people that are gonna watch this or listen to this and be like, oh wow, that's bougie. Like, okay, look, then I accept my position to be bougie. I'm allowed because I will eat pizza out of a trash can on any other given day. But God help me, I would like a fucking proper steak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Oh God, that's all I've eaten for dinner for the past week is fucking steak. Steak is.
Oh, I made teriyaki steak last night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like a honey garlic teriyaki. That
Ooh.
I
Oh
made.
my God.
I made the sauce myself.
I bet that was really, really good.
Good enough that I had it for lunch today too.
God, I'm
Well
so hungry.
played.
You can't do this to me, dude. You can't do this to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here thinking about lunch now. Damn.
God,
Oops,
I'm gonna
my
need to get
bad.
a snack here in a minute. That the fridge is staring at me. You guys are talking at me. I'm like, damn it, shut up, stomach. Whew. But on to something to get our minds away from food.
Perfect.
What are your top 3 plans for 2023?
Oh God. You know what's funny about this question is I am a fly by the seat of my pants cosplayer.
I get that. Oh, I get that.
I don't, I'll tell you this. I will say this. I'll say this. So I'm kind of answering, but I'm also avoiding the question altogether, is the reality. But I would really, really, really like to make it a goal at some point this year to finally do Xena. Xena has been a dream costume of mine for a very, very, very long time. To which I know a lot of people would be like, well, why haven't you done it yet then? Like, if it's such a dream cosplay. Like, well, it's because it's a dream cosplay that it is extremely important to me that it is done exactly as it needs to be, on screen accurate, no contest, voices down, actions are down, like props are key. Like, I will not put anything less than my 170% into that costume, which is why it's taken me this long. Because that is something that I will have a professional like seamstress make and not just do it myself, because it's one of those things that I know that if I go to do it and make it myself and I mess something up like so much as a stitch, I will start it over. And I will do that over and over and over again until it's perfect. And I know in my own capability that I would be worried of not addressing the materials properly. So it has to be on screen accurate.
I understand that. I understand that, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Damn, you're a perfectionist just like me.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be that way. On one hand,
right
like
here next to me, I worked really hard just to get the weathering to match.
That is sick.
That
wow.
Is so cool.
That's
I worked
brilliant.
so hard for that. I had so many problems and I didn't want to start over, so I just went, let's work with it.
Yeah. You know what though? Like it looks amazing. You absolutely slayed. Good job. Sincerely.
And the rest of them is in my closet, still being put together.
All right.
Excited.
If you had to choose one thing for the rest of your life, one form of content creation, would it be fitness or voice acting / narration?
So let me understand the scope of the question. I'm gonna be that guy. So I can still do it, but I can't make it my primary form of content creation. Meaning I don't post it. But I can still do it.
Yeah.
I would rather narrate as content creation, honestly. Because I feel like I can do a lot more with my voice and speaking to people than I can by someone watching my muscles flex in a video. So that's my feelies.
If there was a character you would voice act, who would you choose?
Like dream voice act or like or just in general, just the one character that I have to voice act for the rest of my life.
Not really one character, like you can choose multiple, like I don't know if that makes sense.
Matt, do you mean like if they're doing like a redo or a remake of like something?
Yes. Okay. That's what I
Oh.
meant. My bad.
Oh. No, it's good. That's why I asked, because I was like, there's a couple ways to answer that. Wow, that's a really interesting question.
Well thought out.
Yeah. If I could redo a voice from the past, let's say, for something, I would. Oh. You know what? I would want because it was one of my very first animes. I would want to do Isha Clan, I think, from Outlaw Star.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
And that's no disrespect to the original voice actor, obviously. They did a phenomenal job. It's just like personal interest wise, like that was like one of my first animes next to some of the rest of the classics. But like she was one of my favorite characters ever, and she's so unhinged sometimes that I'm all for it. I love it. So yeah, probably
Hell
Aisha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see.
And I've noticed when I've been nodding, it seems like my mask moves, but my eyes stay in the same place.
It's a good look. I'm into it. It's happening for you.
It feels like like when it looks like that, it looks like it's one of those like Snapchat filters.
Right.
Or it's like it's just
But
sitting
just kinda,
on your face, but then like you move your face and it.
And you're like, what?
it's a little laggy and it's like, oh shit. Alrighty, my question.
Okay.
Gotta know, do you have any cosplay horror stories?
I had a girl one time when I first started a couple years into it. This girl was like 5'2", maybe 100 pounds. Pick me up without my consent while I was sitting on the floor, and with whatever strength in her body that she possessed, carried me like 10 feet with me not realizing what had happened and kind of like frozen for a second because I was like, wait a minute, what? Walk with me 10 feet, to which I don't know. I don't know this person well enough to let them do that.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yeah.
I kicked my leg out, realized what had happened, and like she stopped and went, oh, and like put me down, and I looked at her and I was like, never again. Never again. And I just walked away. Like I didn't know what to say to this person.
Like you're not even friends, right? Like you don't even know them.
No, like that was one of those situations where they were acquaintances. But like respectfully, I don't nah. Like I don't know you like that. You just and I was just sitting there and the next thing I know I'm in the air and I'm like, what has me?
What? Yeah. Okay.
And then I look down and I'm like, oh fuck, where did you come from? Oh god, I'm being carried. And then I don't know. That was weird. So I wouldn't really call it like there's worse things that have happened, I know. Especially with, the conversation of cosplay and consent. But that experiencing that only a little bit into cosplaying was weird. Like I've had people I've had messages, that kind of stuff. I've had people follow me to conventions and be like not leave me alone within 2 inches of my space kind of deal. But I don't know. I didn't grow up a person that was bothered necessarily by other people's actions very often. So it's kind of one of those things of like, hey man, don't do that. We'll have a problem if you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Funny thing is, being my size at
Mhm.
4'8", in high school, that happened all the fucking time. So I get that. I would
I'm
just be
so
on someone's
sorry.
shoulders, and it's like, and I'd look down and be like, yeah, what class are you going to? Geometry.
Be like, listen, sir or madam, I
Yeah.
did not ask you for a ride. Thanks.
Yeah. Feet, ground, por favor, thank you, never again.
I
Okay,
ain't
bye.
paying you for this.
No,
I have not
Exactly.
called Uber Foot.
this is not a free service. Thank you.
I had to go get food. I'm sorry. I'm hungry.
You're totally okay. It's perfect.
No, I'm hungry too.
Man, I wish I kept snacks at my desk.
Dude, I have queso on the way, and I'm.
But then
dying
again,
for
I'm trying to lose weight, so it's good. I don't have snacks at my desk.
It's a little easier, I think, to control yourself when it's not in your vicinity. I completely vibe with that. I'm the same way. If it's in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
And you have a mask on, so it'd be difficult, right?
Oh,
True.
believe me, I would lift this part just to put it in if it
I
was
got
like
this.
say some like Cheez-Its or something.
It's hard to drink water with this when I have this on because I have a helmet with a strap, and I have to take off everything just to drink water.
Oh shit! How am I gonna drink in my mask? Damn it!
Straw.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ,
I've never worn a
commit to
mask.
the
I'm not used to
waterboarding.
I've seen ghost art that is just that of him like splashing. Oh my god.
Wait, TooTall, didn't one of our friends try to drink through a mask? I remember that happening.
I appreciate them for committing to the bit.
What was it, Glass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
The smile, yes, fond memory.
As I remember witnessing that.
Yes, beverage. Oh no, drowning.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, it's
Questioned it.
my turn. Is it?
I think
Yes.
so.
Round
Yeah,
table.
because I asked for the horror story.
Yes.
What is your favorite project that you have done for voice acting or narrating?
That's a biased answer. I mean, Evelyn in Accounts from a Lonely Broadcast Station will always count for one of my favorites and one of my most loved characters. It's Evelyn is a character I hold very near and dear to my heart, and also to the heart of the writer of the series, Windingus.
What?
So
Dingus?
Windingus, that's the writer's that's the
I'm
writer's
so
screen
sorry.
name. No, you're
Sorry.
totally fine. No, you're good. You can. It's okay. It's okay. But
I'm sorry, that's great.
so, Wen is a phenomenal writer, and just that story carved an interesting pathway into me doing more work and doing more narration. So I hold it very near and dear to my heart. In terms of characters I've really enjoyed doing, just for offshoot, is another novel character for the championships, which was TJ Lee. I think it's on Dark Somnium's YouTube. But playing Alduin in that, who is like this big tough warrior bitch. Like, I love Alduin. I got to use this really like gruff, like ready to go wrestling voice, and I was so excited about it. And then if I had to pick a game, I can tell you this because it's been announced, but I will tell you that the lines that I delivered for Billy for Sucker for Love Date to Die For, which is the upcoming second in the Sucker for Love series, I am excited for you guys to hear because I love her so much.
She just resonates with you.
Oh yeah. You'll see. I've got the cosplay for her incoming here shortly too. I got to finish dyeing the shirt, so I'm excited.
Hells yeah.
1 second. There's something I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta wait your turn.
Oh.
But actually, I think I
No, I'm
missed
just
He
kidding.
says my turn.
It's not an official question. It's something I saw on your Instagram story today.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Just gotta pull up the name. Molly Doyle.
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought that was your name at first because my name is Christopher Doyle.
Oh
And I was like, uh-oh, is there a relative I didn't know about?
no, Molly Doyle is an author that I am doing some audiobooks for, actually. Yeah, so that's probably what you saw.
Every time I see another Doyle, it's like, are they a long lost cousin?
Are we related?
You know,
What?
it's Ireland. We might be.
That's fair. That's fair. My dad's we're the McGuires. That's not my real last name, but my side family's name on that side is McGuire. So as an Irish Cherokee, I completely understand.
Who's texting me?
Too bad I'm not
Sounds like
Irish.
buzz.
Missed
My
opportunity.
My phone is sitting on my thigh and it just keeps buzzing.
Somebody
So
really
what-
needs to talk to you. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's what brand lemonade do I want? So
What?
I can because I make I do like mixology.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Not
I-
professionally, but
I can
not,
I want to see.
I can
I gotta
vouch for
try
that. I can vouch for that.
like
He
I
does really good.
recently I made a drink with plum soju that tastes
Ooh.
Wait,
tastes like
what?
those. It's with a plum soju.
Hmm.
What the hell
It's
is
it's the
that?
size of a beer, but it's
Mhm.
13% alcohol.
Wow.
And well, it tastes like
Okay.
the drink I made tastes like those the Haribo cherries that come in the Star Mix.
Oh God. Wow.
Because it's like half a shaker of the plum soju, a shot blue curacao, and then the rest of the shaker lemonade, and then you just shake it and pour it over ice, and it tastes like the gummy cherries.
Oh, that actually does sound pretty good.
That sounds
Uh,
awesome. I don't even
Yeah.
like alcohol. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian punch one you made whenever I gave you the vodka and you tried it, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Matt, it's your turn, I think.
so what got you started into voice acting / narration?
So I've always done acting stuff. Like I've done I mean I've always kind of done acting, like childhood up into adulthood. Um Using my voice, like I like to be read to when I was little. So I think that kind of translated getting older. Like I like to read to people. When I was in class, I was absolutely the kid that volunteered to read because it was just I loved it. Um and then I think that it just kind of fell into place from there. And I realized just how effective proper voice control and emotional additions to the way that you delivered a line could really have an effect on someone. Um, Much in the same way we watch a movie and something terrible happens to the character and they cry about it and then you start crying and like you have that emotional roundabout going on. The idea of being able to do that with literally nothing but your voice is so insane and amazing and powerful that I just thought, like, wow, I would love to have that level of control. Like if I can do this as an actor, in a media setting where there's a visual to it, what can I do with my voice only? What if it's just a black screen and nothing but you reading? And that's where that kind of came from.
Voice acting is the reason that when I'm showering, you'll hear voices coming out of my shower.
That's the best place to practice, from what I've heard.
True.
Yeah, only if it's worse when you think you're home alone and then you hear somebody. What was that?
Oh God. Oh God.
I said nothing.
Nothing. What are you doing in there? Drugs.
That's your turn too.
Or
Let me
I've
finish
done
getting this cocaine. I'll get back to you.
I've done like practicing like Tibetan throat singing in the shower.
That I could see being slightly horrifying if you didn't know it was happening.
What is being summoned in the bathroom?
Yeah, kind
What
of
is
like
happening in here?
what a
Nothing.
scene.
I'm taking a shit.
Literally a shit from hell. Just go away.
It's the demon from Taco Bell.
Okay, but that exists.
Yeah.
That exists. So that and Chipotle.
Oh, don't get me started.
I love Chipotle.
It's like I'm gonna start a war all over again,
yeah.
but in the bathroom, part 28.
Committing war crimes in the bathroom.
God.
Oh God. Ah.
I have violated the Geneva Convention.
Oh my God.
You guys are fucking greatness.
And as you can see, the goblin mode has been activated.
There it is.
Oh shit, here it is. God bless it.
I even have
Son
my
of a
mask
bitch.
on.
I knew it was gonna happen. But we were trying. Well, I think the question falls on me. So that one's already been asked. What are your top 3 craftsman tips?
I don't use proper safety gear, so that's probably number 1.
I don't either.
Just get it done in whatever way possible.
Kind of, yeah. Like that. Look, you reach a point in your cosplay portion of costuming that it's free ball. You free ball. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball.
yeah, no. Dick Cotton ceiling fan instructions not included. And that really is what it feels like sometimes. So I don't craftsman tips, like, don't ever do. So okay, all right. I've got one for you.
I have one.
I have one, and it was something that my grandma always told me because I've never used a pattern to sew. Okay, like I don't know how. I don't. I've no. It's
That
my
is
version.
incredible.
My version of a pattern is going, oh, this is the shape it should make. These are the measurements it should be, and then literally putting it together.
Yep.
Yep.
God, I wish I had that. I don't though.
You do, but you don't. Because then the problem is like if something is slightly misshapen, you do have to go back and do it again. Versus like a pattern where you know the shape is correct.
Yeah.
But my grandma taught me how to sew using that method. And what would happen is when I was younger, I would get frustrated and start to get upset because like it wasn't working right or the bobbin would catch or something like that, right? And what she would always tell me is, Autumn, if you're getting upset, walk away from it because you're not going to do anything but mess it up worse if you sit there and you keep doing it. So walk away from it. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll walk away from it.
I'll walk away from it.
Yeah. Well, and it's true because I think cosplayers get so caught up in that concept of like, I have to get it done. I have to get it done. I have to get it done. Especially when you're, like me or anyone else who has like spicy neuro brain, like you're in the moment. Right. So it can be hard to walk away from something when you're in the moment. But if you find yourself getting frustrated, you got to take a step back and go, okay, can I continue without being more upset and potentially risking making this worse? Or am I accepting that I'm going to go get a snack, take a drink, have a moment, and then come back to it? Yep. When I know I can do it right.
Yep. Matt, you and me when the print doesn't go right.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Do I have any examples in here? No.
Well, I've thrown away all my bad prints.
Yeah, I've been
Talking
there.
about 3D prints?
Yeah.
Yeah. So especially when you leave it overnight, like you check on it before you go to bed and it's like halfway done and you're like, oh, it's fine. And then you come back in the morning and it's just a mass amalgamation of plastic that's rolled.
It's made spaghetti.
Oh, I hate it.
It's the same thing with my other printer that's running over there. I've had problems like, oh my God, what just happened?
I'm good. It's good. I'm good. I'm a professional.
You're good. We saw nothing.
Sorry. But yes.
What was that?
I got like my one printer here and then another one on the floor because I haven't bought a table for it yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I don't want to touch that one until I get a table, so it'll be in its place it needs to be without me having to touch it and like re-level it again.
Understandable.
Chris, I'm waiting for the day you get a resin printer.
Ooh.
Bro, at that point, I'm going to have like a print farm.
Because you can make it look like this with the resin printer.
That's neat. It's amazing what you people can do with 3D printers.
That's true.
I do a lot.
Yeah. Man, like
I have
my old ass like didn't understand 3D printing at all. It's like, what? You can turn this file into a thing?
I like how you sounded like Hank Hill. That
God,
Bobby.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Bobby! Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Nice.
Is it my turn? I don't know.
I think I just asked what the
Do
top
me.
3 craftsmanships was.
Yep.
So
Let's see. What is your favorite anime or manga?
thank you for asking this. I want to know.
I want to know too.
I mean,
I'm not-
obviously Black Lagoon's up there. Like that goes without, that should go without saying, I would think. That'd be
Yeah.
obvious. Black Lagoon aside, though, I do. So I mentioned it earlier, but for classics, it's a tie between Outlaw Star and Wolf's Rain. For film, Princess Mononoke. And yeah, like I'm pretty easy when it comes to stuff. And I know that there's like anime fans and manga fans out there who are like, how dare you? But
How dare you not mention my favorite anime?
I like what I like, and that's how it goes. So yeah,
Yeah.
probably those, I would say. If I think of something different, I'll tell you, but that's correct.
Have you seen the original Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes. Yep, I've seen the that and the quote unquote OVA, much like Hellsing, where they, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Hellsing happened, yeah, like they had the original and they deviated from the source material so hard and so bad that you're like,
Yeah, I got like halfway through that one. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No, and it made no sense.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, so no, yes, I've seen it, and yes.
Like, I like Full Metal Alchemist, the original. Like, I miss all the side stories they did in that original version. Because like Brotherhood stuck like straight to the manga with like little to no deviations from exactly what like
source
it was
material.
supposed to be. But I missed the source material, like the side stories.
I feel like there's people who would argue with you through the nose about it.
Yeah.
I understand how side stories can be super important though in context stories, just to add a little bit of flair. On the other hand, if you're not careful, you wind up with too much side story, and then you get sucked out of the event of the world too.
I mostly like the homunculus stories.
Yeah.
Like how I think Lust was Scar's brother's wife or something.
Oh God, I don't remember. It's been a
And
while since I watched the
I
original.
think King Brad they Brotherhood eliminated Führer Bradley's assistant, who was the homunculus created when Ed and Al did the whole yippity doo dah.
The yippity, is that an official term?
That's the Goblin Brain official term.
Perfect.
Yippity-doo-dah.
Accepted. Acceptable.
Guess it's my turn again.
Yes.
Tis TooTall.
What music do you listen to whenever you work out?
I'm an eclectic goblin.
That's fair. Me too.
No, I literally have, I mean, I have listened from everything from classical to like ballad to blues to metal to I had like, I don't even remember. It was like Swedish something rock metal kind of stuff. I don't know. I have a lot, and I have a playlist that's dedicated to workouts that you can find.
You just have an extremely diverse palette.
I have a kerfuckle brain.
Kerfuckle.
I have
Yeah.
a kerfuckle brain. Yeah.
I'll listen to everything but country for some reason.
See, like I don't really think I have anything that I wouldn't listen to under the right circumstance. But it's got to be the right kind of music.
Yeah.
Like I have to be vibing.
I think my workout music is usually like what you would think you'd hear in like Top Gun.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it.
You know, like the shirtless beach montage playing volleyball.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can get behind that.
Either that or my shower playlist is completely different. Which is there's one guy, he does like throat singing but with like EDM mixed in.
That's got to be cool.
Okay.
It's
That
all
sounds
like
wild.
a Viking theme too. Like he's done like one called Valhalla.
Okay.
It's really good sounds, especially with headphones on.
I'll check that out.
You know, it gives you the little spine tingle.
Love the tinglies.
And then there's also like a lot of like Japanese music I like Japanese metal.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they do have some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that means it falls on to me, correct?
Yes, my friend.
Awesome. Well, my question for you is, who are your favorite cosplayers that you look up to?
I hate that question. I don't.
Fair
No,
enough.
I'm sorry. I mean, like, I know that there's. I'm gonna deviate. Okay.
Go for it.
Because
You answer
on one
however you want.
hand, I've got two separate brain thoughts about this. There's the brain thought of the me that's like, I mean, I don't know, I mind my own fucking business and do what I do. Like, there's people who make and create amazing stuff, and I think that's awesome. But would I ever look up to somebody that I don't know beyond making a costume? Absolutely not, because there's a lot more to looking up to somebody than just creating something.
Wonderful answer. Damn.
Getting serious again.
The nicer version of my brain is like, I don't know.
Myself.
Well, no. So in all seriousness, like, I just don't. Cosplayers are cosplayers. We are literally a group of people that woke up one day and went, I want to fucking be that guy. And then we got into the costume, decided to go to a convention. Some of us wound up having this inadvertent following to the cool shit that we decided that we did as a hobby. And that's great. That's awesome. But are there creators that have artistic capability that exceeds the concept of quote unquote cosplay and inherently makes them costumers, like true blue costumers, designers, that kind of creators? I think that that's amazing. Would I necessarily say that I look up to those people? I mean, I wouldn't say I look up to them because I don't know them. I know what their creative craft is, but I do not know them as a person. Creatively speaking, they're killer. They did a great job. They're phenomenal. That is what makes them amazing as costume designers and creators and artists of that variety. But from the other perspective, in any other capacity, we're all just kind of doing the same thing. And I myself I'm not a label person because I don't fit in any labels, but that's exactly why I'm answering it this way, is like, I don't consider myself strictly a cosplayer or so on and so forth. Like, I do cosplay, I do costumes, I do shit on a left field that nobody expected. I could dress up like Toast if I wanted to. But, at the end of the day, I would never expect someone else to look up to me for that kind of stuff either without knowing my stand on things. Because what you realize is the phrase never meet your heroes sometimes is true. Maybe I made that a little more deep than it was intended, but I feel like it's kind of important to address sometimes.
No, that's okay. That's great. I think that's a hell of an answer.
Yeah.
Stares intensely at the phone.
Yeah, my eyes kind of like defocused, so I'm trying to get them back on the actual words.
Come on,
okay. What is your favorite cheat day meal?
Pizza.
Yep.
Pizza and wings.
Yep.
Hands down.
Pizza.
Best answer.
Good answer.
Although, I will tell you, I think the concept of cheat meals is stupid. I think that people focus too much on, I've got to eat clean, I've got to eat clean, I've got to eat clean through any other given time. And then they come up on the moment of a cheat meal, quote unquote cheat meal, and don't even realize that in that singular meal, they overeat to the point of it not having mattered how clean they ate through the rest of the week. And I think that not acknowledging that on a nutritional standpoint is bad. So, I like to imagine more so, did you have a cheat meal? Great. If you did, take it into consideration for everything else you did through the week too. On the other hand, you could find healthier options of the same food type and learn how to incorporate that into the meal so you can still have food you love and eat reasonably while also maintaining that health aspect and ensuring that your macros, if you follow that, is correct and so on, and that you're not overeating calories.
Yeah, that's the part I've learned just recently.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard lesson, but it is so worth learning, and it takes time to develop. So like if you're not there yet, don't ever feel bad about not being there yet. Take your time with it because it's hard. It is hard to incorporate serious lifestyle changes like that.
Yeah, like you said, like that's what's happened to me. Like I'll do a cheat meal or whatever, but I end up like overeating of the stuff that like I starved myself from the week like before that day.
Exactly. Yep. Your body has things it wants and needs, and not giving your body those things can be detrimental.
Makes it mad.
Yep.
It's
Does.
angry.
Big
Yep.
hungry.
Yes.
Stay hungry.
Also, I think moderation is key with a lot of things.
Yes.
Not just food or that realm, just a lot of like almost every scope.
Correct.
Moderation is key.
Yes.
Also, hydration is key though too.
Yes. Drink your water.
What's that? What's water? Never heard of it.
TooTall, a boy your size needs his water.
Need the agua,
Drink
my
your
guy.
water, boy.
Agua. What is your motivation whenever you start fitness or
When I
working out
first-
in general?
When I
Or, like,
first started, or
well-
just day to day?
Just day to day.
Not being miserable.
That's a me answer too.
Yo.
Relatable.
I mean, no, that is honest to God my answer. Like, not depression plays a huge role in everything that I do in regards to the fitness realm. I acknowledge that it's become part of my lifestyle, like it has become habitual, and I have to get up and do it. But because of the benefits that come, the psychological, mental benefits that come with fitness, and the fact that you're releasing these endorphins and you're kind of getting that brain glow, so to speak, right, when you're exercising, I think gives me the desire to want to. And there are days where I struggle. I don't want to get on a bed. I don't want to fucking do anything, right? Like, we have those days. Those happen. And when those days happen, it is especially important that I recognize to at least get up and go walk around. Even if I don't want to deal with like people publicly or something, getting up and taking the dog for a walk, going outside and just taking in air and just having a moment to yourself and going for a walk, any of those things on a small level, like with your headphones, right? So like listen to your music. Simple little things like that can be such a mood changer to kind of almost work your brain into like, okay, it sucks. It's allowed to suck. I'm saying it sucks, but we can work through this. I'm going to take a second. If I'm still mad after I take the walk, that is okay too. But I did it. I did the walk.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
That is why I love my punching bag. Just go around, hit the bag a few times when I get a little too angry. Maybe lift some weights.
No worries.
Release some endorphins in your brain. Just chill the fuck out. And like, all right,
Get them good feeling brain particles.
Get them good juices flowing. Yeah. Yeah. I like that answer. I like all of your answers.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're a very interesting person to interview. So now I guess a question I have for you is, what is your favorite day to hit in the gym?
I like leg day.
Yes.
Yeah, leg day and core. And I know there's a lot of gym goers who are going to be like, you're fucking insane. But leg day, like, my legs are one of my strongest body parts, and I like ensuring that strength maintains. And also, like, I like the idea that I could kick a door in if I needed to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's baller. Or like smother somebody with my thighs. Like what is it? Like, just straight headlock, head snap, neck done, toasted. Love it. That's my goal.
Bye.
All right, I think I have one more question left.
For sure.
I'm out of questions.
Oh, actually, I have two more, and if you had to live in the universe of the last TV show or movie that you watched, would you do well in that universe?
Dun dun dun.
So listen, Puss in Boots and The Last Wish was the last thing I watched.
Yes. Yes. Was it good?
I loved it. I'm so mad that it was so good. Like it was brilliant. And I'm going to do Death. But I need everybody to understand. Well, you know.
My brain blipped out for a half second and I came back and all I heard was I'm gonna do Death. All right. All
Great.
right. Go you.
I'm not here. I have a card for that. So listen. I'm gonna cosplay Death. But yeah, since Puss in Boots was the last thing that I feel like me and Death could be besties. I feel like we would be besties. I'm down. I could
Hell yeah.
At least your last watch thing wasn't Last of Us.
Oh no, it wasn't
I
Last
was
of Us.
thinking that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would not do good. I wear glasses. I would not do good.
There's a
Sorry.
safety mechanic missing from that, so you know.
Yeah, the old man head strap for my glasses.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Unless they break, but you can put goggles over them or something.
Oh, I've
Hell, I don't know.
seen that Twilight Zone episode.
Oh God. Oh no.
Matt.
No.
I'm out of questions.
I actually am too. I've been making up the past two on the fly.
All right, here's my final one then.
Got it. Okay.
What is your favorite pizza type and pizza place?
I don't have a favorite pizza place because my partner makes the bombest pizza I've ever had. And it's my favorite thing because they're wonderful and I appreciate them very much for learning how to make my favorite foods. Even though they really didn't have to. And back when I first met them, they could burn cereal. So, but they can cook now. So that's all that matters. And I love them. But they make really, really good pizza. And my favorite is goat cheese and prosciutto. Like I'm bougie with pizza too. So, you know.
Then be bougie. Be
The
bougie,
bougie.
damn it.
Material girl.
Yes. The snap for me.
All right, I think that's the end of all the questions. If there's anything you want to promote or shout out before the show ends.
I mean, for the most part, I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for letting me kind of sneak in and do this interview with you. The questions were fantastic. I definitely had a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, anything that you need, you can find me under direct.me/xxautumnivyxx or just autumnivy.com. That's got my link to everything, including merch. The next couple of projects that you will see me released in are going to be Bloodshed by Molly Doyle, which is an audiobook of the spicy variety. So please be aware of that going into it. Make sure you check your TWs on that. And I will also be doing Billy under Sucker for Love, Date to Die For. That is available to be wishlisted. So please support independent developers. Go wishlist that and support myself as well, because I am super excited for you guys to meet the cast and crew as well as the characters that are going to bring you into a pretty wild 90s style anime world. It's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to need to check that one out.
I'm excited.
All right, it is time for the outro, same as the intro, but slightly different words. All right, everybody, thank you for watching It's Cosplay Time. As always, I have been Chris, aka Mr. Zoom_2028.
I am Matt, aka TooTall_76.
And I am Harley Francis, aka Gotham Gal Cosplay, or Harley_S.Quinn.
And finally, I am Autumn Ivy. I am very grateful to be a guest today. That's where we end this. Great. I did good. I gotta go. Fuck.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching, and have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you watch this. Have a good trip to the bathroom. Good night.